Hello candidates, I am going to dictate you a passage from Progressive magazine. So please get ready for the dictation. The dictation will start after 15 seconds. Honorable Speaker Sir, working with states, our government will facilitate development of cities as growth hubs. This will be achieved through economic and transit planning and orderly development of semi-urban areas utilizing town planning schemes for creative brownfield redevelopment of existing cities with a transformative impact. Our government will formulate a framework for enabling policies, market-based mechanisms, and regulation. Transit-oriented development plans for 14 large cities with a population above 30 lakh will be formulated along with an implementation and financing strategy. Under the PM Awas Yojana Urban 2.0, housing needs of 1 crore urban poor and middle class families will be addressed with an investment of rupees 10 lakh crore. This will include the central assistance of rupees 2.2 lakh crore in the next 5 years. A provision of interest subsidy to facilitate loans at affordable rates is also envisaged. In addition, enabling policies and regulations for efficient and transparent rental housing markets with enhanced availability will also be put in place. In partnership with the state governments and multilateral development banks, we will promote water supply, sewage treatment, and solid waste management projects and services for 100 large cities through bankable projects. Those projects will also envisage use of treated water for irrigation and filling up of tanks in nearby areas. Building on the success of PM Swahnidhi scheme in transforming the lives of street vendors, our government envisions a scheme to support each year over the next 5 years the development of 100 weekly hearts or street food hubs in select cities. We will encourage states which continue to charge high stamp duty to moderate the rates for all and consider further lowering duties for properties purchased by women. This reform will be made an essential component of urban development schemes. In the interim budget, I had announced our strategy to sustain high and more resource efficient economic growth along with energy security in terms of availability, accessibility, and affordability. We will bring out a policy document on appropriate energy transition pathways that balances the essentials of employment, growth, and environmental sustainability. In line with the announcement in the interim budget, PM Surya Ghar Muft Bijli Yojana has been launched to install rooftop solar plants to enable 1 crore households obtain free electricity up to 300 units every month. The scheme has generated remarkable response. A policy for promoting pumped storage projects will be brought out for electricity storage and facilitating a smooth integration of the growing share of renewable energy with its variable and intermittent nature in the overall energy mix. Nuclear energy is expected to form a very significant part of the energy mix for Viksit Bharat. Towards that pursuit, our government will partner with the private sector for one, setting up Bharat Small Reactors, 2. Research and development of Bharat Small Modular Reactor, and 3. Research and development of newer technologies for nuclear energy. The R&D funding announced in the interim budget will be made available for this sector. The development of indigenous technology for advanced ultra-super critical thermal power plants with much higher efficiency has been completed. A joint venture between NTPC and BHEL will set up a full-scale 800 megawatt commercial plant using new technology. The government will provide the required fiscal support. Moving forward, development of indigenous capacity to produce high-grade steel and other advanced materials for these plants will result in a strong spin-off benefits for the economy. A roadmap for moving the hard to abate industries from energy efficiency targets to emission targets will be formulated. Appropriate regulations for transition of these industries from the current perform, achieve and trade mode to Indian carbon market mode will be put in place. An investment grade energy audit of traditional micro and small industries in 60 clusters including brass and ceramic will be facilitated. Financial support will be provided for shifting them to cleaner forms of energy and implementation of energy efficiency measures. The scheme will be replicated in another 100 clusters in the next phase. Significant investment the central government has made over the years in building and improving infrastructure has had a strong multiplier effect on the economy. We will endeavour to maintain a strong fiscal support for infrastructure over the next 5 years in conjunction with imperatives of other priorities and fiscal consolidation. This year I have provided rupees 11 lakh crore for capital expenditure. This would be 3.4% of our GDP. We will encourage states to provide support of similar scale for infrastructure subject to their development priorities. A provision of rupees 1.5 lakh crore for long-term interest-free loans has been made this year also to support the states in their resource allocation. Investment in infrastructure by private sector will be promoted through viability gap funding and enabling policies and regulations. A market-based financial framework will be brought out in the next financial year.